from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. Us, we're the vine, the grapes. We're ready. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. Must be, all of us have to be put in. We have all our pain, all of our suffering, all of the suffering we're watching, everything coming is going into the winepress, the wrath of God. Do you understand? It's our pain and suffering that he is going to make a wine from. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. So much pain, so much suffering, so much blood, so much suffering into the winepress. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of God. You see what's coming? You see what's coming. And I saw it was as if it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and they that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord God Almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful name. Thy King of saints, thou King of saints. Ha 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 ha. Because it is Christ who suffered for us, and then we will now suffer for him, the King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For thou only art holy. For all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. And after that I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure and white linen, and having their breasts girdled with golden girdles. Beautiful ties on their beautiful linen. Amazing. So beautiful. And one of the 4 beasts came unto the 7 angels, and gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden vials, full of the wrath of God, who liveth forever and ever. You see, when the beasts work for God. And now comes the wrath from that he pressed from our suffering, that he pressed from all of the grapes on the vine in the earth, all of the suffering now and then, and all that wrath is God's wrath. Our suffering is God's wrath now that is turned into the 7 vials. And those are the 7 plagues. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power. And no man was able to enter into the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. Do you understand? None of us will be able to enter into the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels are fulfilled. And that is the end of chapter 15, Revelation. Blessed are the dead. I will start a next one of chapter 16, 17, and hopefully 18. And then we'll do 19, 20, 21, and 22. Yes, I think that should work. This takes on a whole new meaning now. Revelations is for us. It's the final message of Christ. It was the message that he wished to leave us. He knew what was coming, and he knew that even he would not be able to tell us exactly when it was coming, because things have to fit. It's in God's time, his plan. But I believe that we're here right now, and we are witness to the end of life as we know it. I'm open to the blessings of God and to understanding that God is preparing us for times that will be bitter and hard. And we have been judged. And if you have been silent in this time, I'm sorry, but your judgment is coming and is complete. The wrath of God is coming, not something I need to do or you need to do. This is now in God's hands. We have all been praying for him. We have all been asking. And he's going to take our suffering and he's turning it into a wine. And it's literally becoming vials of plague to come back on those. All that ancestral suffering is literally going to be wine pressed into the plagues of the earth. In other words, God didn't give us anything evil. He took what was already evil here, the suffering, the pain caused by all the evil. And now he's going to take that and use that as a weapon to bring it back to the earth, to take it back. He's going to take the suffering we took on and our ancestors took on, and it was not in vain. It becomes the 7 plagues that will harm all of us. It's the wrath of our ancestors suffering here now, and our own, and those of the children all around the world. The time is at hand, and at hand are we. Where are you? Let's build a better community. I love you, and you should love me, if you are really truly Christ's family.